Alright, we're back at the Royal Hong Kong Yacht Club in Kellet Island. The main clubhouse. It's Good Friday, and tomorrow we have a 100-mile coastal Easter race starting, which I'm really excited to join. So I brought the boat over yesterday from where she was on the mooring just to start getting ready, and I broke the fitting where the articulating bowsprit connects to the bow. It didn't break with the bang, so I don't know if I actually broke it then or if I just noticed it yesterday, but in any case, I'm not sure if you can see this bit. It's supposed to be welded on here. And of course I don't have a welder. I don't know how to weld even if I did have one, but so given that it's Good Friday and everything is basically shut, I've just MacGyvered this with a large 12mm shackle, and I just can't see why it won't work. It moves the connection point out a bit. I machined this part that connects on the bowsprit so that, you know, you can see how it's going to work in there, and then this should work. You know, lash the forestay back on, and a lot of lashings on the shackle itself, and I'll put more on and just make it look nice and tidy. But this is just proof of concept. I mean, she doesn't move at all, and there's still 3D articulation for the bowsprit from where this bit can rotate at the end, so I think it'll work. In any case, I don't have much time. I'm just going to chuck it together and see how she goes. I've got a list as long as my arm of things I want to get done. Forecast is looking light, maybe 3 knots for a lot of it, so it's going to take a long time to get 100 miles done. So I think I'm going to need a little bit more food and a little bit more water. But yeah, so this is episode 3, first big race. It's 7:30 in the morning, and we've just left the yacht club. It's already pretty hot. We're on our way out to the start line for this 100-mile race, and as you can see, it's really not a great deal of breeze. So it's Saturday morning, and the time limit for the race is Monday night. So we could be here for 1 day if the breeze picks up, or 3 days. So I've got 3 days worth of food, and I'm intent on finishing the race. So yeah, I guess we'll just see how it goes. All right, we're out here at the start line, and yes, it's going to be a long couple of days, I think. Well, here we are, the race has started. We've got a staggering knot and a half of breeze. Short upwind to the corner there. And make a right turn, crack sheets, maybe get the Jenny up, but she's just up on the deck. I don't know, we'll just play it by ear. But I just don't quite have the waterline for this very light upwind stuff. But I'm holding my own against the boats. I put myself out here into the left. Just had to dial into some left pressure. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, very little has changed in the past hour and a half since we started. This line of pressure is coming down. I don't know, it's just teasing it. This is the bit about night time I'm most concerned of, but just have to play it by ear. I mean, you can kind of hear them before you see them. Well, we're just coming up at 5 o'clock. Got the kettle on. Yeah. All it's basically the same. Still no wind. Still pushing heaps inside. And we're going to get to the turning mark. And guess what? The tide's going to turn and be pushing against it again for 40 odd miles. Oh well. It's great to be out. Really, really nice to be out. Okay. Almost 6 o'clock. PM, and the breeze has dropped off to, well, as you can see over my shoulder, basically nothing. Consequently, ground speed has as well. Good news, it's very pleasant, very peaceful, and the bad news is it's going to be very pleasant and peaceful for a very long time. Oh well. So I thought I would take a look. The tide seems to be slackening off a little bit. I suspect that's what's suddenly brought the breeze to a standstill. So I've printed off the tides. What are we, 1700? And so, yeah, I'm now in tide. I'm about here. Should be starting to push me right to left. In effect, increasing my apparent wind on port tack. And yeah, I'm afraid it doesn't get much better directionally for me until about 4 hours from now. But then as I start pointing the other way, which hopefully I'll have a shoot up at that time, the tide is against me again. But could be worse. Alright, we finally got a little lick of breeze here. It's not much, but it's doing its job for now. Except I've had to tack away from where I want to go. The mark's over there. So there's a lot of ships. But, you know, ordinarily my rule is keep the bow pointed towards where you're going. But at the moment I need to point it towards some breeze. Anyway, time to make some dinner. Tonight we have mushroom, curry cheese, tortellini. Ooh, yeah. So I'm about 4 miles from the rounding mark, and apparently the leaders have all anchored because they can't get around. So the whole fleet's within 4 miles, which is great. So my cunning plan is just to sail right past them and continue on. But the first problem I have is I can hear a ship, but I can't see him. Guessing, hoping it's one of these lights, but I just can't tell, and it's very uncomfortable. Oh my god, look how bright these lights are. This is a local squid or fishing boat. It's bloody daytime here now. I mean, it is convenient in some aspects, but not for my night vision, that's for sure. Jesus Christ, certainly a bad place to be a fish. So after a bloody long time, 13 hours to get to the mark, we're now in 2 knots of tide going the other way. So now we can't make any ground going the way we want, and in fact the mark's getting further away. We're actually making our race longer right now. But I'm in good company. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 50 footers here, so I'm sure they can take me on board for a shower, and they probably have a lamb in the roast and maybe some cold beers. Okay, it's just gone 6:15. First morning, hopefully the last morning. Oh, what a night. I feel like I've gone nowhere. I mean, I basically have. Well, with that said, it's been quite a successful night for me. I've overtaken most of the boats. I think I'm sitting in third. And bearing in mind, all these boats are at least 3 times bigger than me, so that's cool. Well, maybe not 3 times, maybe 2 times. But it's hot, it's boiling hot. And it's humid, everything is wet. It's slow, I've got 3 knots of breeze. And I'm doing 0.7, and the tide's just bananas. Oh well, push on. Alright, here's the 12 knots. We're supposed to get 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Well, better late than never, I guess. It came in quite quickly. I'm sort of halfway through my morning coffee, and yeah, bang. So I'm probably going to have to get moving and can the keel, and we'll drop it to leeward, tack. I've got the international border coming up pretty soon, so I want to get organised before that. Otherwise, I'll spend 2 weeks in quarantine, which I don't want to do. Alright, just making another cup of coffee, because why not? Got a ship weighing anchor here, so I'm just not sure what direction he's going to go once it's up, but we'll soon find out. Boats all around. Pretty sure those guys are across the border, so I don't know. I've really been careful not to do that because, you know, I don't want to go to quarantine. But anyway, the breeze filled in nicely. Just sort of taking it easy for now. Really just biding my time until the downwind end, which I'm really looking forward to. We've been racing for 22 hours and 20 of them have been upwind. I don't know who designed this course, but actually I do, and I'm going to have a yarn to him, but oh, horrible. What have I done to deserve this? Oh my god. Still have another 5 hours of upwind to go too. Really been a mixed bag. Now we've got 20 knots, got a reef in, gusting 25, and pretty shitty sea state. Oh well. Oh, this is the never-ending race. Oh, I swear to God, it's just upwind. 3 days of upwind, what the hell? In both directions are upwind. Just gonna have some chips, then pop a tack in. Unfortunately, there's a rounding mark out to sea, and I've been trying to hug the coast and stay in the slightly calmer waters. Not that it's really much calmer, to be honest, but one more tack, and then another couple of dozen tacks after that. Waves are getting pretty big now. I've still got, well, I guess I've got about a mile to go until I can tack on the ley line to pass this next mark. My question is, do I tack now and get out of this rubbish, or press on? The breeze isn't too bad, it's only 15 knots, but just such lumpy seas with big holes in the back of them. I think it's best just to do it in one. I don't really want to have to do a tack in this stuff. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes, but I get to the top mark and hey presto, it's a bottom mark. So instead of the beautiful 15 knot downwind I thought I was going to have all the way to the finish, no, I'm just slightly crack sheets up in for 10 miles, and then I should hopefully it's deep enough to get a bit of a run in for the final 10 miles, but my god. Rough. It's been a rough weekend. I'm tired now. It's been some 32 hours. I just want to put the spinnaker up. Alright, short update. It was raining and midnight when I got in, but long story short, we actually won the race, so that was awesome. So it's been a couple of big nights, but we're back tied up at the Yacht Club. And actually today we're going to go Etchells racing, so I'm going to chuck this on the back of the boat and hopefully we win that too.